Hello, my friends. We are rounding out this week with my last candle review, and this is going to be Bath & Body Works Pumpkin Bonfire. Now, I am aware that this is not a new fragrance to Bath & Body Works. However, this is the first time that I have had this candle, and we all know that Bath & Body Works, their performance can vary really batch to batch, packaging to packaging, year to year. And so because this is the first time I have come across this fragrance, and being that I have this YouTube channel here where I share my thoughts on a lot of various candles, I thought it would be good to just do that here today. I'm going to share with you what my experience has been with this candle and whether or not I like it, and hopefully that will help you out with any future purchasing decisions. So this is their standard 3-wick, what is this, 14.5-ounce vessel. I do like the packaging on this candle. It is part of, I don't keep track, you guys, of what these specific collections are called, but I do believe that this is part of like a luminary collection. I did do a review earlier this week on pumpkin s'mores, and it has very similar packaging where you get the illumination basically behind this leaf pattern on the candle. I do like it. I feel like it's a very simple aesthetic, but it's also very nice. I like it. It's very pleasing. A lot of us like to burn candles for the ambiance anyways, so I think that this plays hand in hand to that. The fragrance notes listed on this candle are white pumpkin, a bundle of clove buds, glowing embers. I will list in the description box down below the specific batch number of this candle that I am reviewing, and I also include down there the layout of my home, environmental factors, all sorts of stuff, so that way you can compare it to your home to see if, when I get to the part where I talk about, my opinion of how well this candle is performing in terms of strength and throw, you can compare it to your home and see if it would, if you could expect a similar type of performance or if it might do a little bit differently in your home. All right, what does my nose smell? I actually really like this fragrance. I am somebody who likes these type of like hearth type of scents. I like even some smoky scents. I don't want to smell like a campfire right in my face, but I grew up in a home that did have a wood burning fireplace in it, and so therefore I think that there's a little bit of nostalgia for me when I smell some of these like smoky fragrances, particularly in the fall and winter. But this fragrance to me, I actually think could probably be a good evening fragrance, probably year round, to be honest with you. It's a very cozy, warm, and inviting scent. Yes, there is the smokiness that comes from that glowing embers accord in here. When I think of a bonfire or think of just basically a fire in the fireplace, once you get it going, the wood itself does have that glowing, glowing ember, I guess, effect going on, and it means that the fire is burning quite hot, but it's not giving off a ton of smoke, and I feel like that's a really good description for what I'm smelling here. Now, I will say that the clove bud note does come out. I am somebody who really loves clove in a lot of fragrances. Again, I equate it with like warm, inviting, comforting. It's that type of spice to me. Now, I do know that there are some people who say like it's very polarizing. They don't love clove. So if you are somebody who does not like clove fragrances, I think that you're probably going to want to steer clear of this one. But for me personally, I really, really enjoy it. I did say in my, what was it? Was it in my haul video, or maybe over the last, was it last weekend before? Oh my goodness, you guys, my days get all mixed up. I did say in one of my videos, we'll just leave it at that this candle does remind me a lot of Homeworks' Winter Fireside. If you have ever had that candle before, this is like a slightly more toned down. It's not a dupe, but it is a cousin to that fragrance. It's in that same fragrance family. If you were to burn them, as complementary to each other in your home, if you like that really like I said, kind of like hearth type of fragrance, then I think that they would complement each other well. But this one there's something in this, maybe it's lacking like incense, I would say. That's the only thing that really comes across different, but that fragrance also has like a smoky hearth note with clove in it, and that's what, when I smelled this on cold, which I purchased this candle online, so I didn't even go into the store and purchase this. I just kind of did like a blind buy, but when it arrived at my house and I smelled it, I was like, oh, this kind of reminds me of Winter Fireside. That is a good fragrance comparison, maybe if you are familiar with the Homeworks brand. Sometimes with Bath & Body Works candles, I feel like I don't really have to describe the fragrance as much because so many people can just go in store and pick them up and smell them. But I still like to give my personal take on what my nose is smelling, because we all pick up on different things. And I know sometimes when we are watching other candle reviewers, you do have people that you recognize, like, oh, our noses smell very similar fragrance notes when we burn candles. And so that's why I like to share that in case some of you guys have a similar nose as mine. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance of this candle, because I have been very vocal in the fact that a lot of my fall candles are about 50-50 right now in terms of the performance. So this one, you can see right now, I have really good flames on it. Notice I said right now. So what have I been dealing with this candle? When I initially lit this candle up, it was really struggling to pool out for me, which is a new thing for me that I have experienced, like I said, with these new fall candles with Bath & Body Works, because I've never really experienced puny wicks from the outset with Bath & Body Works. Usually if I'm going to get them, they happen right now, where I'm at right now in the burn, right in this halfway through the burn. They usually start to slow down. They will kind of muddle out the wax. You'll notice that the wax looks a little bit more sooty. Sometimes the fragrance alters because the burn becomes so slow. But I was experiencing that from the outset of this candle, which really kind of surprised me and honestly disappointed me a bit, because regardless of, I would say, the performance of the wicks, I was still able to smell the candle, but I felt like it wasn't reaching its full potential. So when I was burning this candle prior to the wicks kind of adjusting here, and I'll tell you what I did to get them to adjust. The strength and throw on this candle was probably, I would say, around like a 6 in terms of strength and throw. It performs quite well in my master bedroom, but the fragrance would get a little bit lost out in my open concept living room. It definitely didn't project all the way into the kitchen, or really, quite frankly, to the opposite end of that larger room that has higher ceilings. Now, what I did after the last burn, because I was experiencing that on every burn where it was getting kind of those like hot, white, ashy tips, and the very, very slow burn, I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and try a trick that I have done with other candles. Let's just see if it'll help self-correct. So after the last time that I burned this candle, I did go ahead and pour out some of the wax after I had extinguished the candles. I do use a wick dipper to extinguish the candles. And then when I relit it this morning to go ahead and do this review for all of you, now the wicks are nice and healthy. So I don't know if that's going to be the case moving forward, but I did just want to let you guys know what my experience has been with the wicks up until this burn. They have been very puny and struggling. I would say that they were struggling. In fact, there was one burn where the candle like didn't even pool out completely. And like I said, that's a very, very new experience for me with Bath & Body Works candles. I don't know what goes on behind the scenes or what determines, you know, what kinds of wicks they're going to use with particular candles. I'm sure it has something to do with the science of the fragrance oils that they're using for particular candle blends, and the type of wicks that they think will, you know, bring out that fragrance to what they envision it being. But yeah, this one, it was very bizarre for me because I've also reviewed 2 other candles that have this type of same packaging. The pumpkin s'mores and the cuddle weather candles have both been doing really well for me from the outset. So I don't know what happened with this one, but right now it's burning well for me. You'll probably want to be subscribed to my channel because I do empties videos. So that is when I can kind of keep you updated to let you know if this candle did well until the end, or if maybe it started to struggle again. I'll let you guys know in the empties video. But I guess because I had some issues with the performance from the outset, I can't say that I give this candle 2 thumbs up. I give it a thumb up for the fragrance because I do like it. But this year's version, because I had that performance issue with it at the beginning, I don't see myself purchasing another one of these candles this season. Maybe if they release it in some different packaging. I don't know if they're going to do that. You guys, I'm not like your big like Bath and Body Works. I don't keep up with all of the launch information or whatnot. Every once in a while I'll take a glance at it, but I honestly haven't been really paying attention. So I don't know if they're planning to release this in any different packaging, but in terms of it being in this packaging for 2024, I don't see myself purchasing another one this season. However, I could see myself buying another one of these if it comes back in 2025, or if they release it in some different packaging later on this season. So it does burn really well with a lot of other fragrances that are offered from Bath & Body Works. It complements Marshmallow Fireside nicely. It also pairs really nicely with the Pumpkin S'mores candle. So if you have some of those, like maybe even like Vanilla Bean, I could see being a nice complementary fragrance to this, or Pumpkin Clove would probably go nicely with this as well. There's a lot of ways that you can kind of mix it up and burn it with other candles that you might currently have in your collection. Let me know in the comment box down below what your experience has been with this candle this season. Are you running into that wick issue either with this candle or any of your other new Bath & Body Works scents? I actually ended up returning, I talked about this in my candle chat video for early August. I actually ended up returning and exchanging the Radiant Red Maple and the, what was it, A Day at the Cafe. I did end up going in and exchanging those candles because I was dealing with some weird wick issues. And I also talked about it in the, what was it, the Cranberry and Gala Apple fragrance. That one also has some weird wicks going on with it. But then I have some that are doing well. So who knows? No rhyme or reason. Please hit thumbs up if you found this video helpful. It helps me out with the old YouTube algorithm. And if you are new to my channel, consider subscribing. I like to do reviews like this. I do hauls, empties, everything in between. So if you like candle content, I think you'd like sticking around here. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.